I'm excited to give my girl Mahi a call today. Her Ethiopian coffee bean company was one of our first clients, and we've remained inspired by her ever since. She always has new ideas and cares deeply about her community. You can see that through her work. Hello!
Hi!
How are you?
I am good, how are you?
You look so beautiful and springy in that nice springy outfit.
Oh, I am so ready for spring. You have no idea. I've been waiting for it.
No, me too. Like every day that it's like above 50, I'm like living my best life. And then it feels like the next day it's like 30 degrees again. And I'm like, why is this happening?
My body is confused, but my attitude is as
Exactly. I am so curious to hear about sort of your journey to starting Zoma Coffee and what inspired you to start your own business.
Wow, okay, that is a good question. So starting Zoma was really a mix of passion, curiosity, and a bit of stubbornness. Can I say that? And I grew up in Ethiopia where coffee isn't just a drink, it's a whole experience. The coffee ceremony is such a beautiful tradition, and I wanted to share that cultural richness with people here. I keep seeing Ethiopian coffee celebrated, but often missing the storyline piece, the care, the community, the history behind. And that's pretty much what sparked Zoma, a way to connect people that deeper story while celebrating the incredible coffee itself. Of course, we have one of the best coffee out there. Shout out to that.
Ethiopian pride for sure.
You have Ethiopian to learn this by now, right?
Yes, exactly. That's a good segue to our next question, which is, your Ethiopian heritage is really just like infused in your entire business. It's really like the inspiration behind it. So tell me a little bit about how that influenced your approach to your business, hospitality, coffee. Like, tell us a little bit more about that.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere in my business. You can tell that by now. Ethiopian culture really value hospitality. You don't just serve a coffee; you invite people in. That mindset shapes how I approach everything with Zoma, from the way I present the coffee to the connection I build with the customers. Even the way I think about quality comes from that. In Ethiopia, there's an unspoken standard that if you are serving your coffee, it better be good. That is always in the back of my mind. When you invite people in your home, you're serving the best you have. So that's kind of like, it's always in the back of my mind with everything, especially when it comes to Zoma.
Definitely. So obviously your Ethiopian heritage is really important to you, but also your faith is. And that's actually how we met, was through church, and we were both volunteering together and both starting our own businesses at the same time and being like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? So I would love to hear a little bit about how God has moved in your work.
Wow. You caught me off guard, yes. Honestly, in a way I never expected, there had been a moment where I was completely overwhelmed and unsure how things would come together. And then the right person shows up or an opportunity opens up out of nowhere. Even when things have not gone as planned, I have seen how those detours end up being exactly what I needed. Mm-hmm. It's been a humbling reminder that I'm actually not doing this alone. I'm very grateful.
Totally. That's what Nicole and I always kind of say. Like, God is the owner of our business, but we are just like the managers. And it feels like he's constantly just surrounding us with people that help us in our work. And so it's like, that's such a huge part of it, is like the community that he puts around you of other believing business leaders that like really helps carry through, for sure.
Absolutely. I'm very awe in the kind of people I have come across from the start of my business, meeting you guys and to meeting different coffee shop owners. And it's been such an amazing experience. The process has been such a beautiful, even when things get a bit hard.
Totally. Totally. There's definitely highs and lows, like constantly.
Yes, I don't want to cry on camera, so we're not talking about
Exactly. Exactly. Another question that we had was just, you are such a successful Ethiopian businesswoman. Like, you are not only successful in your work that you are like hired to do, but also starting your own businesses, doing your own events, like hosting these coffee tastings, and it's really incredible. So I'm curious, how does that spill over into how you want to support other women in your community, or even like younger women in your community?
Yeah. Oh my God. That is such close to my heart, especially working with a younger community, especially working with a younger woman who's in our community. I would love to show other women, especially Ethiopian women, that they can build something meaningful without sacrificing who they are. That's very important for me. Your identity is the core of who you are. You want to keep that, and you can work everything around that. Whether it's through mentorship, sharing the resource, or just being open about my own journey. I wanted to create space for others to dream big and take risks. There's so much talent and creativity in our own community, and I really believe we are stronger when we lift each other up.
Definitely. Okay, we talk about this all the time with you because you're not only doing Zoma, you're like constantly coming up with new ideas and new businesses. And you're just one of those people that I'm like, yeah, she has that like entrepreneurial bug. Like, you just are always ready to start the next thing, and you're so creative. Where do you think that creativity comes from?
Honestly, sometimes I think my brain just refuses to sit still. Information, but a lot of it comes from being curious. I love to explore new ideas, connecting dots that might not seem related at first, and thinking about how things can be done differently. Yeah. And I'm surrounded by amazing people who would challenge and inspire me. When you are in a space where ideas are encouraged, it's hard not to keep dreaming new things.
Yeah.